No one can fully grasp how far and how fast America has moved in 250 years. So imagine this. If the entire story of manufacturing in the United States were compressed into a single day, midnight would mark 1776, and everything that built the most productive nation in human history would unfold before sunrise tomorrow. The clock strikes midnight. A nation is born, but freedom without production is fragile. Alexander Hamilton understood it. Not only the wealth, but the independence and security of a country appeared to be materially connected with the prosperity of manufacturers. From the first minutes of our day, manufacturing meant defining our own destiny. And in the quiet hours before sunrise, foundations are laid. Interchangeable parts redefine precision. Mills turn along American rivers, and railroads bind a continent. Steel lifts cities into the sky. Wires stretch across the nation as telegraph and telephone stitch distant cities into a single conversation. And as the morning light breaks, electrification surges into factories. Production no longer depends on daylight. Power becomes constant. Output multiplies. Agricultural innovation expands yield through pioneers like George Washington Carver. America is no longer surviving. It is building. By mid-morning, crisis hits. Economic depression shakes the nation. At roughly 10 a.m., 500 leaders gather in Cincinnati to form the National Association of Manufacturers. They refuse decline. They organized for growth. The clock begins to move faster. Just before noon, an airplane lifts off the ground. Minutes later, the moving assembly line multiplies output. What once took days now takes hours. Automobiles roll off production lines and into American driveways. Mobility becomes personal. Opportunity expands beyond city limits. Prosperity touches more communities. At exactly noon, the world is at war again. Factories convert almost overnight. 7 million women enter the workforce to keep manufacturing moving. Penicillin is mass-produced, saving hundreds of millions of lives. In a single hour of our American day, manufacturing becomes the arsenal of democracy.
This year, 1942, we shall produce 45,000 tanks.
Freedom is no longer defended only by soldiers. It is forged on factory floors. Highways stretch coast to coast. Homes filled with refrigerators, air conditioners, televisions. Manufacturing does not just defend freedom, it furnishes it. And the pace accelerates. By mid-afternoon, signals cross oceans through space as Telstar becomes the first active communications satellite. And Americans travel 30,000 feet in the air in luxury. In this late afternoon hour, American engineers and machinists build the hardware that will carry humanity beyond Earth's gravity. A man walks on the moon. Metal, fuel, circuitry shaped in factories across the nation leave Earth behind. A microprocessor compresses computing power into a single chip. Semiconductor fabrication plants rise, some of the most precise manufacturing environments ever built. Silicon becomes infrastructure, and what once filled buildings begins shrinking toward the palm of a hand. As late afternoon settles in, containerization revolutionizes global trade. Lean, just-in-time production transforms efficiency, and speed becomes strategy, while precision becomes an advantage. By early evening, fiber optics and telecommunications infrastructure lay the foundation for the internet age. as data centers, routers, and server farms scale across the country. A digital backbone emerges. Factories integrate software, automation, and data. The early architecture of Manufacturing 2.0. Manufacturing is no longer analog. It's connected. As the final hours tick off the clock, industrial robotics move beyond cages into collaborative roles. Additive manufacturing shifts from prototype to production. At 9:30 p.m., energy is unlocked. Advances in horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing unlock vast domestic reserves. America becomes the world's leading energy producer. Natural gas lowers input costs. Petrochemical manufacturing expands. Energy-intensive industries regain competitive ground. For the first time in generations, American manufacturing benefits not only from innovation, but from abundance. By 10 p.m., advanced materials, semiconductors, software, and the best of manufacturing in the United States converge. Advanced semiconductors power medical devices and national defense systems. Artificial intelligence moves from theory to factory floor. Precision medicine tailors treatment to the individual. New energy technologies scale while output continues to rise. What once required decades now happens within a single product cycle. The clock is no longer measured in years. It is measured in quarters, in months. With under 90 minutes left in our day, tax reform ignites a manufacturing renaissance across America. Investment surges. Facilities expand. Confidence returns. Manufacturing reasserts itself as a pillar of national strength. Then the world is tested. At 11 p.m., a global pandemic disrupts supply chains. Factories do not go dark. They pivot and retool. Production lines shift to ventilators and protective equipment. And before this hour is over, advanced biotechnology delivers vaccines at unprecedented speed. What once took generations now happens in months, weeks. Now the final minutes approach. Digital twins simulate factories before they are built. Sensors predict machine failure before it happens. Supply chains are mapped, secured, and fortified. Cybersecurity becomes as critical as physical security. The factory is no longer just a building. It is a data network. Manufacturing 4.0 is here. In every hour of this American day, the constant has not been machines. It has been people. Machinists, welders, engineers, technicians, entrepreneurs, millions of people who choose to make things in America. 250 years compressed into a single American day. From interchangeable parts to artificial intelligence. From steam engines to semiconductors. From survival to global leadership. Midnight is not an ending. It is tomorrow's ignition. The next 250 years will demand more energy and stronger industry, advancing together. Diseases cured faster. Food produced more efficiently and responsibly. Supply chains secured. National security strengthened. 250 years ago, freedom was declared in ink. Before the sun rises tomorrow, it will be reinforced in steel, silicon, energy, and code built by the 13 million men and women who make things in America.